Hello, and welcome back to another Warrior Creed live stream with me, the Radical, Majid Nawaz. Today, the topic is Epstein Files Fallout. Name the clients. This is the image for today's stream that's on your screens now. It's an image for those listening of, it's a political cartoon. We start with our satire cartoons as usual. It's an image featuring a bunch of children standing in a line behind them, silhouetted men with the words in brackets redacted. That, of course, pointing to the fact that, as we have said regularly on the Warrior Creed live stream, Ghislaine Maxwell remains, as of yet, the only woman convicted for trafficking underage victims to absolutely nobody. And that is the fundamental conundrum in the case of the Epstein files. And that is that other than Prince Andrew having been stripped of his title and Mandelson having to have had to quit the House of Lords and his position in the Labour Party, it doesn't appear in the way of punishments for anyone to have faced anything that could even be described as being close to justice. Keep in mind, and as we're going to go into in the details of this stream, resignations and public shamings and loss of titles, considering the scale and the implications of the crimes we are talking about, cannot in any way be defined as justice. If we're discussing, as it appears increasingly to be the case, the international globalist trafficking ring that was trafficking in underage victims for the purposes of acquiring compromise on politicians to sell out the national interests on behalf of a foreign power, most likely to be Mossad, then we're talking of not just treason here, we're also talking, of course, of the crime of underage rape and trafficking, but including, as we're about to hear in this stream, torture, rape, and so on and so forth. So considering the sheer scale and enormity of the crimes, a resignation here and a stripping of a title there doesn't feel anywhere near close to justice, especially for those who may have fallen victim to this scheme. So that is the topic for today. Epstein files fallout. Name the clients. Again, here is the political cartoon, an image of men standing behind children, silhouetted out with the word redacted in front of them. And we are going to, in the course of this stream, go through some of that fallout insofar as it applies to the UK. The UK has been hit particularly hard with this Epstein scandal, then move also to some of the fallout in the US and briefly touch on two other countries of interest. Norway is of particular interest and we'll explain why, and the UAE, which has also just today and yesterday been hit by some spectacular fallout. If you remember in last week's Warrior stream, we revealed verified emails on the Department of Justice website talking of torture videos. And we said the person having sent that email that said, "I like the torture video," must be named. Well, it turns out today they have been named. Congressman Massey was granted permission by the DOJ to go into their offices and look at the files unredacted. And Congressman Massey then came out in the United States of America, this is, and publicly named the person who had sent that email saying, "Love the torture video." So all of that is coming up over the course of this Warrior Creed live stream, just after we play for you our introductory titles. So stay with us. That's all coming up here next for the Warrior Creed live stream. Epstein Files Fallout. Name the clients.